Okay, this is something I know Mrs. Patton has went over, okay? Now, don't write this one I'm about to write on the yellow sheet, okay? Okay, I want to find what number x would represent in that problem. Find what x equals. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 4 would be 4, so x would have to be 4, okay? Because 1/2 would equal 4/8. If you get 1 out of 2 on a test, that's the same percent as if you get 4 out of 8. Well, it's not always that simple, though. Like, let's take a problem like this. 3 over 10 equals x over, let's say, I don't know, 35. Well, 10 times a decimal is 35. 35 isn't a multiple of 10, so that same thinking is not going to work every time. A better strategy for these is to cross multiply and divide, okay? CMAD. So there's 2 factors I know that line up diagonally, 3 and 35. So I'm going to take 3 times 35, I'm going to multiply those. 3 times 35 is going to be 105, and then I'm going to divide that answer by 10, so that's 10.5, okay? So I probably wouldn't have been able to figure that out unless I did cross multiply and divide, and that is what I'm going to do throughout this assignment here. Okay, so again, I cross multiply, 3 times 20, okay, and then I divide by 4. Equals 15. So x equals 15. Okay, makes sense because 4 times 5 is 20, 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, next up, these two are the known factors that line up diagonally, so that gives me a product of 24. But then I need to divide it by 5, and that actually ends up as 4.8. Okay, so x equals 4.8. Okay. So 4.8 over 8 is the same as 4 over 5. Okay, next problem. Wait a second, I'm an idiot. Holy cow, 8 times 4 is 32. Divide by 5, and that's going to be 6.4. So even the Herminator makes mistakes. Okay. Okay, next problem. There are some negatives, so the known factors are going to be -3 and 26. So again, I'll go to my calculator for that. Okay, so -3 times 26 gives me -78. Okay, and then I divide by 4. So -78 divided by 4. It's going to be -19.5, so x equals -19.5. And I always kind of like to put it here because it looks pretty. -3/4 equals -19.5 over 26. Okay, same thing here. These are the known factors. 15 times 2 is 30, okay? And then I'm going to divide 30 by 3, and that's 10, okay? So x equals 10. Cross multiply and divide. Cross multiply, -30, divide by 2, x is -15. Cross multiply, -54, and divide by 5. So -54 divided by 5 is going to be -10.8. Really pretty easy. Okay, put x equals -10.8. Okay, help on the back side, and then that wraps this up. Okay, cross multiply. 2 times 125 is 250, and then I divide that by 15. So 250 divided by 15 gives me 16.6 repeating. When it's repeating, just put the repeater bar over it. So x equals 16.6 repeating. Okay, and then our last one, 8 times 30 is 240. And then I divide by 3, and x equals 80. Put x equals in front of your answer, please. Okay, that's really pretty easy. you probably knew it before I even just went over it there. That does work every time you're solving a proportion. You're finding 3 over 8 would equal 30 over what number? What would be the same percentage is basically what it's asking you.